What's going on, boys? It's Flaws, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how to control the CT's rotations and punish them for making bad rotations in CS2. The biggest way you can get CTs to rotate incorrectly is cut off information and have them guessing at every single point in the round, right? The best way to do this is push to those choke point positions, like let's say top mid, and you can kind of start to either use your nades or use your peaks at the start of the round to push them back and have them playing from safer positions. You can smoke it out on arch, you can flash out porch, right? There's different ways that you can try to take positions around the map, but you want to push the CTs back off of those comfortable positions and have them playing in spots where they're kind of guessing. Like if I'm a CT here and this gets smoked off, I don't know if someone's flying through this, I don't know if they're gonna nade it and fight me, I don't know if I should push through as a CT, I don't know how many people are gonna be watching this or if no one's gonna be watching it, but it gets the CTs thinking, right? You know at least the CTs are gonna call this and be like, hey, like I got smoked off arch, can I get one more towards A? It might even fall back onto the site. You can hear this if you're someone who's on the T side walking up arch. If you're someone who's, just walking up, you're a lurk, and you're throwing these nades pretty much every round and conditioning the CTs to, either sit behind these or they have to fight through them, it puts the CTs in a really awkward spot where they're kind of guessing how many Ts are around the map at each point in time, right? And that gives you a lot of space on the T side to start to set up these full executes. Another thing, if you're a lurker, don't be making footsteps early on or throughout the round too much. Always be like walking around. Don't be going for peaks that are unnecessary. Like don't be running out, okay, let me just try to take a free gunfight. Like if your team's on the other side of the map, as a lurk, you're kind of in a weird spot where all you're trying to do is listen for sound cues. If I have the pit player rotating off the site, you can peek into him as he's in a really compromised position and get a free kill, and then you can back off, right? I don't really need to be, if I hear someone that's arch rotating off, I don't really have to be chasing him down, like looking for this kill. I can just be waiting in this position, right? Just calming to my team, like, hey, like I just heard an arch player fall off, and I think the site player also fell off. Can we just come towards A? Then you could throw the smoke, right? Start to work. Obviously, I peeked a little early there, but start to work towards the site. If this is fully cleared out, it makes it really awkward for the CTs because they just gave an entire site up so that you can come in with your teammates, plant the bomb, and then you have full control over the map, right? That's when you kind of get these free plants off, and it feels like the CTs have no chance in the round, even if it's a 5v5, right? If they rotate it off or if it's a 3v3, you can get someone to just pull off at the position just for a second. It can be the difference between them getting a 2-man spray down or 3-man spray down, right? Or them playing a position where they have to re-peek into you at a poor timing, right? Like let's say your team starts to hit the B site and you're in a 3v3 on the T side, maybe you're lurking for the round because you were someone who was set up A early. If you start to hear the arch player fall off and you can just follow him back up, it's a really good call to your team to be like, hey, like the arch player just fell off. You start to come towards A, it's like a free round if you come towards A. You get to hear, your teammates start to hit the A site. This is where people get into these cool positions where the CTs don't expect it and you get these free kills and then make it really awkward for the CTs to actually come back into the round. On the same thing goes for the B site, right? If you're playing on the B site early round, you're throwing your mollies, you're throwing your nades, whatever it is, right? You start to work these different lurk smokes out. Like if I'm throwing a smoke like that, it becomes really awkward for the CTs because I don't know if there's 5 people that are top car. I don't know if there's 1 person top car, but I do know that there's some sort of pressure towards top of banana. I can either fight through this, right? That's an option that some CTs might actually choose to go with, or they can just start using their own smokes to like delay. But you're actually getting a reaction of the CTs so that they don't feel like they can just safely walk up and re-peek car constantly, right? That's kind of a weird smoke. You won't see that too often, but it is a good smoke to use if you are the lurk. This isn't really just like for Inferno. This is a just all-around concept video, but the biggest thing you're listening for on the CT and T side is footsteps, right? So if I'm hearing footsteps of people rotating in, out, and around the site, I can always be calming this to my team. I'm not 100% sure who's going to be on the site, but I can at least give enough information where we can make an informed decision on what site to hit. And that's really your job as a lurker or someone who's playing a default around the map. A lot of the times people think default, they just think, oh, okay, that means I should just be playing the round the exact same every time, going for these same kills. And if I die in the process, unlucky, but I'm doing my job. But no, in reality, you should be listening, understanding how many smokes are used on each site. If they use 3 smokes on the A site, I'm like, okay, guys, let's start to hit A, but let's start to get set up. Okay, that smoke fades mid. My teammates start to walk up. There's no reason to really like fly through the smoke and run through, unless we're like going for a really fast play, but if you're just taking it slow with your whole team, even if I have 3 people behind me porch right here, if I swing out and die to someone in pit, there's a really good chance that my teammate's going to be behind with the molly. Okay, they throw something like that. Get this person in pit to be in an awkward, compromised position. They have to swing back out as my team is hitting the site, right? They get a free kill in that person pit who's in a weird spot. Then they can start to swing this person on site as 3 or 2, and it makes it really difficult for the CTs to hold when they're playing in that much of a passive position. To counter this, if you're on the CT side and you're in a compromised position, I say always go for information with a teammate if you can. So like, let's say we were playing, we got smoked out, flashed out, or as brackets. I don't really want to like peek into them because I don't know if there's someone posted on it. If I have a teammate with me and I want to try to take brackets, I'll call them like, hey, let's start to take brackets control. Peek into this with a flash maybe. Okay, you can clear it back out. Then you have really good information to your team, like if there's a minute left or there's 30 seconds left in the round. Hey, I think it's B, like start to use your smokes and mollies to delay them. You can rotate over. You know, keep in mind sometimes that's what the T's are looking for. Like if I'm someone who's playing halls and I hear flash brackets and then they start to run away, I'm calling my team like, hey, come towards A immediately. It's a big mind game, as you know, but I hope this video helped you guys out and just understanding what goes through people's minds as they're trying to pull rotates and try to get the CTs to move around the map in poor decisions. It's really just about cutting off information, not making too many footsteps, and making it so that the CTs are always second guessing themselves and putting themselves in weird positions that they really shouldn't if they had the information in the round. But I hope this video helped you guys out. If you guys want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.